Those who have practiced semen retention over a period of time can usually attest to the benefits one feels when retaining their sexual energy. More energy, more motivation, improved mental activity, improved relations, enhanced attractiveness, a stronger sense of manliness, and so on. It is easy, however, to get tunnel vision on retention and not focus on the other areas of life that play a significant role in the production of your vitality. If you are practicing semen retention, then it is likely that optimal energy and vitality are important to you, and for that reason I strongly suggest you incorporate the following practices into your life, if you haven't already. The benefits of these practices, coupled with semen retention, will see your levels of health and vitality increase dramatically, as compared to one only practicing semen retention and nothing else. The SR manuscript. 2 years of writing and research on the topic of semen retention. If you wish to physically own the works of the ancient archives, then this book is for you. Sleep. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Above all else, sleep early and sleep well. Nothing will improve your energy stores more than a good night's sleep, and practiced over the long term, this will influence your length of life. This is perhaps the most generic advice, but also the most important, and also, I suspect, the most overlooked. If you don't sleep well, your digestion suffers, your glands don't secrete enough hormones, your mitochondria are compromised. Overall, you function at a lesser level than someone who is well rested. Over time, this insufficiency will reflect in your overall health. It will make you look worse, feel worse, and prevent you from achieving the most your body is capable of. No matter how much you enjoy staying up late, sleep early. Take this as a dire warning. Keeping your body in rhythm with the rising and setting of the sun will keep you more in line with nature and therefore more in line with health. Movement. Walking. The essence of your life is in your blood. When you are sitting, the blood becomes stagnant, and your life essence becomes stagnant too. You must keep it circulating, and this is why you must walk. It will keep you more alive, and for longer. More charged with life energy, more creative and more productive. It is vastly important that you walk every day, twice or 3 times if possible. Get at least half an hour of walking, the more the better, within reason, of course. From walking comes more vitality, just as from semen conservation. Together with these 2 practices, you will make a significant difference in your life and daily energy availability. This is especially pertinent to those who live a sedentary lifestyle. Hot water bathing. Bathing in hot water promotes vasodilation, or the temporary widening of the blood vessels, which increases blood circulation. Similar to exercise, it gets the blood flowing all the way to the extremities of the body. All areas of the body must be nourished adequately by blood to enjoy perfect health. Not only that, a bath is very relaxing and healing for the nerves. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is often called the rest and digest system. This is the opposite effect of the fight or flight response. These benefits work to lower the heart rate and reduce blood pressure. The benefits of bathing have been known since ancient times, and many cultures still bathe daily. Sun baths. Look at the flowers. They need sunlight and water. What happens to a flower or plant that doesn't get enough sunlight? They wilt, become discolored, and look unhealthy. They often die prematurely as a result. Humans are not so different. Lack of sunlight has been the cause of many diseases and conditions over the years. In the industrialization era of England, rickets, the disease, was widespread. This condition made children's bones brittle and weak, often causing them to bend or break easily. It was attributed to the change in children's lifestyles, from spending time outdoors to being indoors in the new industrial world. Lack of sunlight negatively affects our cellular function and hinders our health at the deepest levels. A life without sunlight will soon lead to the deterioration of your body and, likely, premature decline and death. For many years, society was scared into avoiding sunlight, though that seems to be changing. People are becoming more aware of sunlight's necessity for optimal health. It is often observed that the parts of a country with more sunlight and warmer temperatures tend to experience higher life expectancies. Air baths. It is easy to forget that our life is sustained by breath. Though we can go without food, sunlight, or water for a while, we can't last more than a few seconds without air, without breath. Fresh air fills our body with vitality, while stale air drains it. Fresh air is thus the source of life and health. It revitalizes the body by delivering one of life's most essential elements, oxygen. Homes are essentially enclosed spaces with minimal ventilation, filled with poisons from appliances, chemicals, and toxic materials. As the negative effects of poor air quality build up over time, many people fail to realize how much their everyday environment is affecting their health. Fresh air is vital to our health. This includes both the air we breathe into our lungs and the air our skin is exposed to. Clothing made from plastics and synthetic dyes often contain chemicals that negatively affect our immune system and cause inflammation. For this reason, it is important to remove clothing from time to time and allow the skin to be exposed to fresh air. Benjamin Franklin was a strong advocate of air baths, a practice in which he would strip off his clothes and sit naked in his yard, believing that exposure to fresh air had health benefits. He wrote, "You know, the cold bath has been long in vogue here as a tonic, but the shock of the cold water has always appeared to me, generally speaking, as too violent, and I have found it much more agreeable to my constitution to bathe in another element, I mean cold air. With this view, I rise early almost every morning and sit in my chamber without any clothes whatever, half an hour or an hour, according to the season, either reading or writing. This practice is not in the least painful, but on the contrary, agreeable, and if I return to bed afterwards, before I dress myself, as sometimes happens, I make a supplement to my night's rest, of 1 or 2 hours of the most pleasing sleep that can be imagined. I find no ill consequences whatever resulting from it, and that at least it does not injure my health, if it does not in fact contribute much to its preservation. I shall therefore call it for the future a bracing or tonic bath. If you have the time and opportunity, consider trying it yourself. With the right privacy and if the temperature and location allow, give your skin a chance to breathe by spending some time exposing it to the open air and the sun if possible. Have a purpose or a hobby. If you haven't found your purpose, you will find your motivations to be weak and easily eclipsed by those more driven than yourself. This world in many ways is a competition. You must have full driving force, and that is only powered by a strong purpose. We often see this when a man becomes a father, and suddenly he has new motivations to live, make money, and become productive. A passion will give you this power, so decide what you want to do with your life and start chasing it. Those who spend all their days mulling over which choice is best without actually choosing anything will get nowhere in life. Make the choice and commit, and if it doesn't work out for you, you can always cross that bridge when you come to it and change direction in the future. For now, make the choice and commit. Having a partner or a close friend. I have experienced long periods with no partner and periods with no close friends before either. It happened when moving to a new city or new college campus and having to start from scratch. Life is definitely doable without company, and perhaps some even find it preferable. In my own experience, the times spent when I have a good friend or partner have been much easier than the times when I was without one. There is of course a benefit to being solo and without a partner or friends. That is, you have a lot of time to create and a lot of freedom to think deeply and perhaps hone your intelligence or skills. I learned a lot of things from times when I had no one around, and although they were tough times, I felt that they were educational as my mind delved into a lot of deep areas of thought. Perhaps age plays a factor in this too, but as you get older, life seems to be more enjoyable when you have someone to share it with. For that reason, if you find yourself alone without friends or a partner, it could be worth aiming to start making some connections. Around 15 years ago, I emailed a musician and we talked music. Then I visited his city, and through that friendship I ended up joining his band later down the line. And through that I made other acquaintances and friendships and had many new experiences. All of this happened through getting into music. Finding an interest or hobby is the best way for these kinds of encounters to happen naturally. I have attended meetups before, but I felt meeting people through a shared interest or hobby to be much more natural and relaxing. It also created more long-lasting friendships than the ones I met through meetups. At least that was my experience. Please take a mental note or physical note of these points. I will recap. Sleep early. Take walks, take baths, get sunlight, get fresh air through the lungs and on the skin, find a hobby or passion, and find a partner or a good friend. The more of these you incorporate with semen retention, I believe the more you will benefit from its practice.